Well, good morning folks, and welcome to another review video. Today it's a little bit interesting. We're in Lakeview in Colorado in the United States, and this little airport here is a little payware scenery available on Sim Market, created by 4 Simmers. Is the name of the guys or the group of people who created this scenery. They've also done Murray Field in Eureka, California, Kilo Echo Kilo Alpha, which is also available. Seems to be the only 2 sceneries they've done. The other thing to note is their website isn't available at the moment. The domain is parked, so I've yet to try the support email, which probably won't go because it also defaults to that domain. So support at the moment is probably few and far between. However, let's have a look at the airport. This is a beautiful little place located high in the mountains of Colorado. It's a public use airport about 2 miles or 3.7 kilometers southwest of the town of Leadville. It's also known sometimes as Leadville Airport, in the area of Lake County in Colorado. Has the distinction of being the highest airport in North America, lying at an elevation of 9,934 feet or 3,026 meters. It's North America's highest airport. It's used mainly by general aviation companies, the military, and occasionally air taxis. It's also the home of RAVCO, Helicopter Flight Training School, and a lot of their helicopter pilots come here to train for high altitude operations. And many aviation companies also send their people here and their aircraft to do high altitude performance testing and training. So you have a single runway, paved, asphalt, runway 1634, 6,400 feet or 1,951 meters. So it's actually long enough to get an A320 down, which I might try. Actually, I might try a flight from Denver or San Francisco, we'll see. It also has 1 helipad, which we're sitting on at the moment, and at some point I hope to use a helicopter to have a little explore around. Operational figures, only figures we've got is for 2008, but that year they had 10,000 movements. 78% of them were general aviation, 20% were military, and 2% were air taxi work as well. They actually have 2 helicopter pads on the field, and there are 11 aircraft that are based here on the field as well. In the past, the airport did actually have an airline service with Rocky Mountain Airways. Used to operate DH6 Twin Otter from here up to Denver. So it again has the distinction of being the highest airport in North America that was actually had an airline service. So as I said, the scenery is created by 4 Simmers, who also have done Murray Field in Eureka, California, both available on Sim Market. This scenery for Lakeview download is 431 megabytes, and it installs into the community folder, again this time 432 megabytes, so not much difference. Prices, and I'll put all these details up. Off Sim Market it's €8.40. United US dollars it's $9.88, and UK pounds £7.11p, so not very expensive, and actually quite a nice scenery for what you get. So as I said, this is a review of Lake County Airport in Colorado, United States, often known as Leadview, and let's get into the scenery and have a look. So we start this little review by tracking along the scenery here. We're heading northwest, and as you can see, you've got grit here and bits and pieces that one will need for the winter. Obviously, being a high elevation airport in Colorado, this place I should imagine gets pretty snowed in. So here we are coming towards the main apron area. I really like this. It's a very cute, quaint little scenery. There you got a King Air. And a helicopter. Again, it's making full use of the beautiful things that Flight Sim 2020 gives us. Nice hangars there. I believe they're detailed inside. We'll have a look in a minute. Couple of Cessnas and another helicopter there. Very pleasant. So here we are, just tracking across the end of threshold runway 16, just give you an idea of the layout of the country. Looks really nice. That, I should imagine, is the town of Leadville up there. There's the lake, which gives the area its name, and the main highway. As you can see, the scenery around here is stunning. It's in an amazing location. Beautiful, just beautiful. So we just tracked back across the airport here. As you can see, the airport light, red and white light. I don't think it's in the right place, but that's I think probably a Microsoft Asobo issue. But here you get we have a little track along here, and you get a look at the layout of the land here. There's your main apron that we just looked at. So as we track down the runway 16, which is the normal approach, by the way, there's a published RNAV procedure for runway 16. 34 is available, but there's no published procedure for it. So I should imagine it's visual only. Airfield seems to be raised up on a plateau. I don't know if that's the way it looks in real life. Don't see many obstacles, if any, in the way for an approach to runway 34 when you look at this. But as I said, no published approach procedures. And you can see it's raised, seems to be raised on a plinth there. There you've got power lines, which probably are the things you need to be careful of. That, I think, is that there are published approach charts. There are charts available for Lakeview Airport, and they include details of the power lines. There's an RNAV approach, as I've said here, for runway 16 only. So here, if we look at the other end, the approach threshold of runway 16, again you can see it's on a plateau. So you've got trees, but they appear to be below the runway elevation line. Got the roads there. No real obstacles to the approach, other than, of course, the high elevation. And, of course, you will get degraded performance going into an airport like this. So really nice. Let's have a look inside some of the buildings on the airport. So as we go into this building here, so you can see there's some development there. The hangar's been developed inside, and you got a view outside through onto the main ramp there, which looks quite nice. As you can see, we've got the office here, which has also been developed. Very pleasant inside. Coke machine, bits and pieces. And the sort of FBO desk there. All very nice. And of course you can see outside through the windows and the glass doors. Ramp clutter looks good. Cars, rocks, bits and pieces there. Fuel tanks. You can get both avgas and Jet A1 fuel here, according to the details and research I've done. There's a fuel truck. And again, all looks quite nice. Nice King Air there. Very interesting plane. I think this is a static, because I think this is a Four Simmers design. But yep, interesting paint job. Have a look at the helicopter here. Very nice. All looks quite pleasant. So just looking at a high level elevation shot there. I can confirm that the only buildings that have got interior detail are the hangar here and the office. These buildings have no detail inside them. But yeah, it's very nice little scenery. Here you've got solar panels and bits and pieces. As I say, the only thing really that spoils it is that light is in the wrong place. But very nice. So how about we have a quick look at dusk, see what the lighting is like. So here we are, it's 8:10 in the evening local time at dusk. Just the sun is going down. Ramp lighting looks adequate. I think really that's all I would describe it as adequate. For example, the open hangar there is not lit. But that's okay. So runway is identified there. Let's have a quick look at the approach. Okay, so there you go, you've got identifier lights at the end of the runway here. Runway itself is identified, and you've also got visual approach slope indicators to the left here. And they are the single use type, one red, one white, if you're on your glide path. So, minimal lighting, but it works, it's okay. So let's have a look at night time. So here we are in the dead of night, it's 10:10 in the evening. As you can see, it's pretty dark up here, but the lighting is quite adequate for the area there. And here we are looking down runway 16 approach path. This would be a real challenge to fly at night, but I'm not sure that they are open 24 hours on this airport. And there you are, there's the town of Lakeview. Lakeview. Nicely lit, which probably makes the airport worthwhile. So let's have a look at dawn. So here we are at 20:07 in the morning local time, and the lighting's sort of just gone out. I thought it would be a nice idea to look at what it looks like at dawn. It's no question about it, it's a beautiful area, a lovely place to go into, and the airport is really nice. It makes full use of what we expect from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Would have been nice to see some of the other buildings developed as well, and have the beacon put in the right place. And yeah, apart from that, it looks fantastic. I wonder what it looks like in the winter. Let's just have a look and see if we can get winter and see whether there's any difference. So here we are, it's January, and it's still in the morning, just sun's coming up. We've got snow depth of 10 centimeters set, and yeah, that looks nice. Doesn't that look nice? Really transforms the ramp, doesn't it? Beautiful. Very lovely. So just a quick shot, a couple of shots of the local terrain here so you can see what it looks like. I think it looks wonderful in the winter. Looking towards the town there. And a shot across the airport. And looking towards the south. Beautiful countryside and a nice quaint little airport. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Be nice to try and attempt a landing here, and to be honest, every pilot that lands here in the real world gets a certificate after a successful landing. So there you have it, folks, a review of a nice little general aviation airport that kind of caught my eye. In the United States. This is Lakeview in Colorado, sometimes known as Leadville, public use airport just southwest of Lakeview in Colorado in the United States. Highest airport in North America. Price of €8.40, which I think is about right. And yeah, just a beautiful little place. So thanks for joining me. I hope you liked the review. Hope it's useful for those of you who like to fly low and slow, or even maybe try and get an Airbus in here, and I just might take one in from San Francisco or Denver and have a go and see how it works, because the runway appears to be long enough. But thanks for joining me for the review. Hope you enjoyed it and got something for it. I like it. Very happy with it and very pleased with the purchase. And yes, I purchased this today. This has not been sent to me. So the only caveat I have, as I say, is that Forcima's website does not seem to be active. The domain is parked, which would probably mean that their support email is also inactive. So there's probably no support available for this. But it's a fairly simple, basic sort of thing. It just goes into the community folder. I've had no problems with it. The only issue is the location of the airport beacon. And it obviously would be nice to see more work done on the airport, but perfectly adequate and sits in a lovely location. So thank you for watching. If you like this kind of thing, please like and subscribe, or consider doing so. It helps my channel, and I always like to engage with my viewers. So anything you want to know, please leave comments below and I will always respond to them. So this is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, with a review of Lakeview Municipal Airport in Colorado, USA. I will see you in the next video, so bye for now.